3 bags of jelly beans contain 26, 28, and 30 beans. The ratios of yellow beans to all beans in each of these bags are 50%, 25%, and 20%, respectively. Of course, all 3 bags of the candy are dumped into one bowl. To the nearest percent, what is the percentage of the yellow beans in the bowl? And of course, AMC 1997, very old problem. Now, we see percentage, of course, we want a fraction. And well, what's your denominator? Our denominator is just all the beans, of course, since they want all the beans. And well, all the beans is just 26 plus 28 plus 30. So add up all of those. And add that, carry to 1, we get 84. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 8. And that, of course, goes into our denominator. Now, what is our number of yellow beans? Well, there's one word that's very special, respectively. That makes so that we know all the beans in each bag, and that's how we can compute everything, because the 50% goes to 26, 25% goes to 28, and 20% takes care of 30. And now I just have a bunch of equations you can compute. First, we have 50% of 26 of means times 26 is equals, and 50% of 26 is just half the 26. That's just 13. And then we have 25% of means times, again, 28. Now, of course, 25%, of course, conveniently, that's 1/4. 1/4 of 28, of course, if you know your multiplication facts, which I hope you all do, 4 times 7. 1/4 of that, 1/4 of 28 is 7. And finally, we just have to take care of the 20%. And again, conveniently, that these percents are chosen, we have 20% of 30 of means times 20% of 30. Well, 20% is 1/5. 1/5 of 30 is just 6, which I hope you know as well. And I just have to add these up. 3 plus 7 plus 6. That is 16. 1 plus 1 is 2. And that goes in our numerator, which is 26. I think we'll need to erase that big arrow since it's going to get in the way of something. I just wanted you to know where that 26 is popping in from. We see 84 for a fraction. To turn something into a percent, there's 2 ways to do that. The first way is obviously just get it to a fraction that has denominator 100, and then just get rid of the 100, add the percentage sign to the numerator. Now, the other way is to turn your number into a decimal and then slide the decimal 2 spaces to the right. And we see 84, it's never going to be able to get even. 26/84, it's not going to be able to get into a fraction with 100 as a denominator without the numerator being a fraction or a decimal or something nasty. So we're going to have to use long division. That was what I said the error was going to get into. So we have 26 divided by 84. Now, there's one important thing that you need to know. We only need to divide in 3 digits, because when we have a number that, that has more than 3 digits to the right of the decimal point, like 1.0 1,438. That's 4 digits after the decimal point. Well, we slide the decimal point 2 spaces to the right. And then we want to round that, right? And then to round something to a whole number, that this decimal, we look at the 10th digit. And here, well, the 10th digit, it's always through, when we slide a decimal point 2 spaces to the right, the digit that's right after the decimal point is the 1000th digit, and the 1000th digit is the 3rd digit after the decimal point, of course. So that's why we only need to divide in 3 digits. That's all we need before we know what our whole percent or nearest percent is going to be rounded to. Now, first, 84 doesn't go into 26 0 times, and drop in a 0. 84 goes into 263 times. Multiply that in. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 8 is 24. Add in the 1 for the units digit, 252. Subtract these, be clear, we get 8. And I need a little more space there. 84 doesn't go into 8. Of course, drop into 0. Doesn't go into 80 either. We just add another 0. 84 goes into 80 9 times. And we compute, of course. 9 times 4 is 36. And 9 times 8 is 72. Add on the 3 to the units digit of 72, you get 75. And we subtract these, borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4, 9 minus 5 is 4 again. You're just left with 44, and we can go on, keep on going forever and ever, but we do not need more digits. We just move the decimal point 2 spaces to our right, and then we see that the number is 33.9%. And of course, the problem says you have to round to the nearest percent. That rounded to the nearest percent is just 31%.